Morning folks, this morning's soap is a hard puck from Italian Barber. It's What the Puck. This is a lime burst and it is, excuse me, it is truly a hard puck. Not pushing your finger in on this one. The three that I have will come out of the container if you wanted to, I guess you might say, take a different approach in your lathering. And to me this is a great value. Got the alum block complete with rubber band. A lot of my products are starting to get kind of small, like my pre-shave is getting pretty small. That's a Clown Fruit Dirty Clown. And I got Humphrey's Witch Hazel Lilac. Going to follow the shave up with Uncle John's Lime. And my beard oil, I use off camera most of the time. It is getting very low. It's, I don't know if you can see that or not, it's down to here. It's starting to get pretty low. I have another container, so I'm good to go with that though. The shaver of the day is a Bevel. You can tell that there's no overhang. It's covered on both ends. That's what the cap looks like. And the handle, one of my puppies, not too terribly happy this morning. And the blade of choice is going to be a Treet Falcon. And it comes double wrapped. And if you're wondering also, there's no wax, at least on the batch that I got, there's no wax on there. So if you're snapping them in half, putting them in a shave ad or something of the sort, that might be a plus for you. But it's a, I kind of like these blades. They're working out pretty well for me. The bevel comes in a handy dandy box like this, complete with information inside. Got it on eBay for right around the $25 mark. I've always gotten really good shaves, so I'm going to try it again today and test it out with the Treet blade. When it first came out, I think it was selling for about $50, and it might still sell for $50 at some locations. Found mine on eBay. I'll look again and post a link down below if I can find it again, especially around that price, because I understand for some people this may not be a shaver of choice for them, but it's a very smooth shaver. The fact that it covers the overhang, you know, might be a selling factor for some folks. For me, as you can tell, I don't shave around my nose, so overhang does not really affect me one way or the other. But for some other folks, that might be a good selling point, is the fact that there is no overhang. And the fact that it is the shaver itself was designed to assist folks with that have those issues of maybe more than what most have with irritation when they shave. Probably, now that I had said that, I probably should have, not that I would expect anybody to have any trouble with this soap, but if you're leaning in a different direction, Presso, the white one, would have been a good choice for this kind of shave if you're really suffering from irritation from shaving creams and soaps and whatnot. I have to say, I really enjoy Presso's products. Always worked well for me, and not really expensive. Just like this one here. I can't remember, $3.99, $4.99, something like that. I think you can get all three of them on sale right now for, I think, right around the $9 mark. That's pretty darn inexpensive. That's a really good buy. I've got the lather whipped up here in the distinctive goat wood bowl. This is a walnut one, and that's what it looks like there on the inside. Use the Big Bruce from RazoRock, and I think I've got it pretty close. It's a little thicker than what I normally do. In other words, it's not quite as moist or as wet as I usually whip it up, but I think it'll work alright. It's a DE, so I don't have to. I like a very wet or moist lather when I'm shaving with a shavette or straight razor. It just works better for me. And the lime just rolls right on out of here. I can smell it, which is really good for my nose. I like the lime. Big Bruce. And it works pretty good. I like this brush. Don't shave with it enough. But I got a lot of brushes. Alright, the one thing I would say for me personally is the handle. I'm still not sold on it. But like most of us shavers, we do have other handles we might be able to use. Especially if you like one that's a little shorter. This is a little on the longer side, if you will. So if you're liking a shorter handle, I don't think I showed. That is what the fit looks like on the underside there. You can see that. So that handle fits right up in there. So the fit and finish is pretty nice. But you will want to be aware that if you're going to swap out the handle, you might want to look at that head and see how it fits up in there, because it's grooved in the base plate for this handle. I don't remember right off the top of my head. I know I was messing around with it to check to see what kind of handles might fit up in there. And I know I found one or two. I found some, I just can't remember what ones right off the top of my head. But like a number of shavers, they universal, interchangeable. You just got to figure out which one you like up in there. But as it goes for the cap and head and whatnot, good design. Find what blade you want to use with it. Especially if you're starting out, you would want to probably start with something that's not all that aggressive. You want looking for a smooth, comfortable shave so that you get an opportunity to not only, which is pretty easy to do, to find the angle on that. If you haven't seen the some of the latest videos, I think it's live lathering, and can't remember right off the top of my head. I was able actually to catch a few videos here lately. It's been really tough the past, gosh, month and a half maybe, catching very many videos. But the find the angle with these shavers, you just start with it, and when you feel it grab a hold of the whiskers, you know you got the right angle. And this one here is pretty easy to find, that angle. Give you an opportunity, you know, because you want to focus on, did you get your lather right? Was your face preparation good to go when you're first starting out? So a mild or gentle shaver is a good place to start, as well as finding the blade. I know some folks don't particularly care for derby blades, but I find in some shavers I get really good shaves with derby blades, and they're usually considered on the mild side, if you will, not too harsh by any means. Now, I saw this on a video from Paul H, and for the most part using what he refers to as a bullfrog. If you have any problems with I think Lynn mentioned hollows right here. I'm kind of round, so I don't have quite that issue, but going like that kind of helps catch those whiskers in those areas. On the across the grain, it seems to be the easiest for me to work with it like that. With the grain and against the grain, I don't have quite that issue. But across the grain, that might be something, if you're a little bit more round than like I am, it might be a good place to start practicing the bullfrog. Otherwise, you just move your skin one way or the other around your sharp jawline. There we go, that's what I was looking for. My jawline's not that sharp. Like I said, I'm pretty round. This soap is really good. This price point, it's you kind of put it right in there with a like a palm olive. And if you don't particularly care for the stick part of it, do like I did. I just took a cheese grater to them and put them in a shaving bowl or a mug, and now you're good to go. Inexpensive. Doesn't have to cost a lot to get a good shave. Italian Barber also sells some inexpensive shavers that will lean towards the mild or gentle side of things, with different handles and heads. If you do like to twist the open, the Quick Change DE, I have one of those. I can actually speak to that one, and it shaves pretty good. There's another one that he offers. I haven't tried it yet. I have one that looks very similar to it, but that one in particular I don't have. And I did catch myself a while ago. I thought I did right there. It's more my fault than it is the shavers by any means. But one of these days I'll get around to ordering one of them. It's usually right around, I don't know, was it $6.99? In other words, it's under $10. It's a good buy at that price, expecting that it's going to be the shaver that I expect it to be. The one I have was made by Mac Metalworks, and it is a very smooth shaver, really nice. The head is patterned after 65 Tech, and so there's no overhang. And I have to say that shaver, I really enjoy shaving with it. It's a lot like this one here. And since the one I got from Mac Metalworks looks an awful lot like the one that I've seen on Italian Barber's website, I'm thinking they probably shave pretty close to the same. Because I'm thinking along the lines that they're offering a inexpensive shaver for those that are starting out that might be unsure of themselves whether they want to go down this path of traditional shaving and get a smooth, comfortable shave without it breaking the wallet. And yes, they do offer some nicer shavers. There's one in particular, boy howdy, been looking at it for a while. It starts out at the $50 mark, and the price goes up depending on what kind of handle you get. And it's polished, CNC made, and I just it's a good looking shaver. But for me, after a while, is it going to shave any better or any different than a lot of the other shavers I have? And at $50 for me, in other words, $50 for the bevel, and I waited for quite a while and found it for around the $25 mark, so you kind of see what kind of shopper I am. I prefer to get them on the cheap. Humphrey's Witch Hazel. It's kind of a shame. I found this at Marshall's, and they don't always have it, of course. I like this one. The scent's pretty nice, but I know I'm going to have a hard time finding it again, especially at the price that I paid for it. So if you're looking into this for the first time, new shaver, you can get an inexpensive shave. It does not have to be expensive. You can get Witch Hazel at Walmart, like I say, right, it's under $4. Last time I looked at it, it doesn't have to be real expensive. Works just fine. I still have a bottle packed around here somewhere. Where I'm at now, I've got everything totes packed away, so I'm going to have to reorganize and figure out a better way or an easier way for me to find all my stuff when I'm wanting to find it. Uncle John's. This lime, this was the first soap and aftershave that I got from Uncle John's, and his lime soap and aftershave, it is awesome. I really like lime. It's one of those deals like can never have too much lime. When I first started, my wife thought I was going to have too much bay rum. I don't have a whole lot of bay rum, not as much as what she thought I was going to end up with. It smells great. Once again, if you're looking for, I guess you might say, an entry, and that you're not looking for an aggressive razor, this is not a bad place to start. Like I say, if I can find it, I'll put a link down below for the bevel. Like I said, my biggest complaint, if I had one, is the handle. It's a little on the thin side for my liking, like something a little bit bigger around. And as it goes for length, I can make do with the length, but you know, some folks might appreciate the shorter handle. And if you already got a shaver or two, might check your handle out and see if it'll work for your head there. Just a really nice shaver. You can, like I say, shave with it all day, every day, touch-ups, as long as you don't catch yourself right there like I do from time to time. It'll go away eventually. It's not that bad. Just one of those things I noticed. Had a great shape. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.